What's up guys, back with another video, and today we are in Cache County. Last video I announced that I will be having another baby, so absolutely excited about that, but it also means that Leela could have it any day. And I don't want to travel too far away in case she has the baby. She could have it while we're birding right now. That's how close she is. We're gonna start doing Cache County videos just for a little bit, and I'm 2 birds away from 200. I'm at 198. Last video I got the black-throated gray warbler. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But today we're searching for our final 2 birds once again to try to get 200. This is the road to 200 Cache County. I'm currently searching for a Northern Waterthrush today. We've been here already for about an hour, hoping to pick it up. Let's see what we can find. In searching for the Waterthrush, we saw an awesome scene unfold before us. A bald eagle chasing an osprey through the air. What's interesting about this encounter is that ospreys are expert fishers. They can catch fish at an extremely high rate, and bald eagles take advantage of this, stealing fish from ospreys instead of catching their own. 2 prehistoric Sandhill Cranes flew across my sight on the horizon. I feel like I take these birds for granted. They are definitely one of my birding highlights when I see them. As it was time to go, I scanned the thick foliage one more time for the elusive Northern Waterthrush. My hopes began to diminish, but then something moving in the bushes caught my eye. So amazingly, we picked up the Waterthrush. I'm so happy to get that bird. Honestly, that thing is so skulky, and to finally get that on camera, that's not only a county first bird for 199, 1 bird away from our goal, but that's also a camera lifer. So camera lifer Northern Waterthrush, absolutely incredible. We need 1 more bird to hit 200 in Cache County, which is my goal to hit by the end of the year. There's no way that we don't get it, knock on wood. We're at the polishing ponds again, hoping to find some shorebirds that I'm missing. Bared sandpiper is the target. Hopefully we can pick that up, but it looks pretty barren out here. So we'll see what we can find. We did have some Sandhill Cranes flying across the horizon, so that was incredible to see. But let's see if we can reach that 200 mark that we're looking for. As we approached the water, the birds scattered. I typically try not to flush birds when I'm birding, but when there's no cover to hide your approach, sometimes it's inevitable. Amongst them was a double-crested cormorant, American White Pelicans, and some ducks. Does anyone find duck ID this time of year extremely difficult? What species do you see? Eventually, everything calmed down and we were able to enjoy the various bird species as they paddled across the water. Amongst the various species of ducks, we spotted some Canvasbacks near the middle of the group. These birds were flagged as rare for this time of year and are some of my favorite winter visitors amongst the ducks that visit the state. I got a quick glimpse of a Marsh Wren, and then I saw some sparrows that I don't normally feature on the channel. These are Brewer sparrows, and they were feeding on these sunflowers with vigor. Brewer sparrows are really interesting birds as they're uniquely adapted to surviving in relatively dry environments with low amounts of water. No signs so far of the Baird's sandpiper that we're looking for. We did, however, get a really cool species on camera, a sora. These are very elusive birds, and it wasn't the best of shots because it was across the pond, but we did end up getting looks at a sora. So I'll take that any day of the week. We're going to head to 1 more spot to try to find a sage thrasher, the same sage thrasher I dipped on just last week. So hopefully we can find this bird and hit 200, but if we don't, it just gives us more motivation to try to hit it in the next one. So let's see what birds we can find. All right, it's the next day and in the evening time. We're here right at sunset, and I'm still sitting at 199 species for Cache County. We're back trying to find the sage thrasher. This is becoming my nemesis bird for the county. I've now tried for it 4 times. Probably could consider it a nemesis bird already. This is my 5th time trying to find it. 2 different individuals, one last year and one this year. So let's see if we can find this bird and what other birds we can find along the way. I began my race against sunset with excited anticipation. The golden light was absolutely breathtaking, and in the air was a slight chill. Skimming off the pink reflection of the water was a Western Grebe. There's something incredibly calming about evening birding that is hard to put into words. In the distance were several American White Pelicans, making the surrounding grebes look tiny with their large frames. One of the most common birds throughout my walk were these Song Sparrows. If you struggle with sparrows and you live in the West, learn the Song Sparrow first, and then the rest of the sparrows become instantly easier. Darting over the water, I spotted a Belted Kingfisher through the gaps in the surrounding bushes. Into the cotton candy colored clouds flew a flock of White-faced Ibises, There are incredible amounts of these birds flying through the state of Utah right now, and at times you can see hundreds fly by over just a few hours' time. I'm really bad at predicting when sunset's actually going to happen. I got here a lot later than I thought I was going to, so the sun's already dipped behind the mountain. There's still light out here, probably for another 30 minutes or so. And now we have a chance of seeing two other birds that I actually need for my list, barn owl or short-eared owl. Maybe we can pull off 200 regardless, but we'll have a little bit of light to look for the sage thrasher and then hope we get an owl or two flying over the fields over here. So let's see if we can find these birds. Guys, we did it. We hit 200 birds in Cache County. We got the sage thrasher. It's just chilling right over there. I cannot believe it. Not only did we get it, we got amazing views of the bird as well. So enjoy these views of the sage thrasher, an absolutely underrated, beautiful bird. There's something special about finding 200 bird species in a county area. Counties are made up regional areas by humans, and birds never learn borders. So why get worked up about arbitrary things like this in the first place? For me, it's about discovering the diversity of birds living close to home. It's valuing the ecosystems right in my backyard. Sometimes we look beyond our immediate scope of view to areas that lie thousands of miles away. This isn't inherently bad, but finding 200 bird species in close proximity to myself has allowed me to gain a stronger connection to the birds. It has made me more passionate about local conservation projects and about sustainable living. These birds rely on our local areas even if it is for a short time, so we should be engaged in creating the environment that we'd want to visit during our travels a reality for them. Like a visitor in our home, we should make sure that they have the best hospitality in the world. What you do close to home makes a big difference for the birds. I honestly can't believe finding that bird for 200. I got here 2 years ago and I really wanted to hit 200 last year, just doing it in a year. I got all the way to 182. Felt obviously pretty good about that. Explored the county, found some cool places, some awesome birds. But to finally get to 200 is just an amazing milestone. It really just means, what are those? It really just means that, hard work and dedication pays off at the end of the day. And it's not about the numbers really for me. I like hitting milestones, of course, but what it really is about is just knowing that I've spent so much time out in nature, seeing so many amazing birds near my home, right? Birds are everywhere. They're right near our homes. We don't have to go too far to find them. So it's absolutely incredible to pick up these species. I think now is a good time to try to hit 250. So road to 250, Cache County starts right now moving forward, and we'll make it a little mini series, especially with the baby coming, of course. So I'll have to bird a lot more closer to home, but I also want to have something that you guys can root for as well from your living rooms. So amazing. It just feels so good to get this bird that I've tried to see over and over and over again near my home. Again, I'm super happy to reach 200 species. Now I know I mentioned that a baby's coming, and she's coming very, very, very soon. By the time you watch this, she will already be here. Again, I just want to thank you guys for your support. Nothing on the channel is going to change. I have everything set out into the future. I planned ahead, so there won't be any lapse. Again, didn't have to do it. I wanted to do it. Mythic Wilds just dropped a new episode after a 9-month hiatus, which I'm so sorry about. I just had to take some time to think about where I wanted things to be with it, and honestly, it's so much better now than it was before. So if you listened to that first episode and you're like, give the second one a chance, I promise. It's so much better. I figured out my setup. I figured out my format. It's not just me reading a script. We're deep diving into things. We're having a conversation about things, and y'all are active participants in that. Check out Bright Eyed Birding Learn. I'm posting new videos on there every single week that'll help you refine your birding skills and just also some other fun informational content. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. I hope to see you all next time on Bright Eyed Birding.